Good morning, everybody. This is Tonetta with Tea Time for Tonetta. I actually had to do this from a different location in the apartment this morning because it seems like that the room I was in, as I have a skylight, and it was just a beaming of light, and it will not go away no matter how I turn. So I'm coming to you. I'm holding the phone this time as well too. My arm is gonna probably get tired soon, but I am coming to you this morning with the topic of staying true to your truth. And I labeled this topic this because earlier in the week, let me see. I guess it was earlier in the week. I forgot whose post it was. I don't remember, but I read someone's post that was talking about how to. We were just talking about just staying true to yourself, no matter what information's out there, no matter what anybody else tells you, spouse, job, kids, whoever. It was just saying mainly staying true to yourself. And I think I did reply to a comment on there, that kind of thing as well. But I also, I guess, in thinking back, I guess in reading that post and thinking back to my journey and things that I've been through, it kind of, I guess, a light bulb came on. I guess I'd say that. Because I know when I first started, that was early last year, started going on this journey as far as the whatever you want to call it, personal development, awakening, soul searching. I'm sorry, y'all. I think it's sleeting. I'm sorry. It's spring here. So I'm sorry. I just stopped all of a sudden, but it's spring here in St. Louis. And it's like in the mid-30s, I think, and I think it's sleeting, actually. So, but I'm sorry. I'm getting back to what I was talking about. But last year, I went to, I started going through this journey, I guess I put it that way. And since the day I started, of course, some of this information, of course, a lot of the information that I've came across or people have said or people have sent me a messenger, that kind of thing, I didn't really know much about it. I guess I can say that. I still know some things about it. I guess I'd say that, but it's not like I'm going in depth and researching and that kind of thing. Actually, in the beginning, I was. But I had to stop. I stopped a few months ago. I don't know like the exact timeline, but I stopped a few months ago. But like I said, that post took me back to, I guess, to just thinking about that. The reason why I did stop, as far as trying to go on these different paths of what whoever in the spirit, I guess the spiritual community was talking about, as far as all the whether it's a star seed, I think I've heard about star seed, all these kind of things. But as far as all those things, of course, what I've heard about as far as, I'm not talking about like tarot cards or that kind of thing or psychics or that kind of thing at all, but just as far as the information, as far as in depth, like as far as the length that others go, is for which I respect their journeys and that kind of thing, because I'm sure that's probably whatever their path is, but it's just not mine as far as having to go back. Well, I don't know how to say all this, but as far as all the stuff I've heard, whether it's about chakras or whether it's about I'm trying to see like past lives, and I'm trying to see what else there is because I can't even think right now for some reason, but past lives and just all the other like star seeds and all this other stuff that people talk about, as far as of course their journey. Like I said, I do respect their journeys, that's fine, but I know I've gotten some people who have tried to, of course, tell me this and that, which they've told me different things about something I should research or something I should look into because that seems like it's you and this kind of thing. And I just want to, I guess, with all those experiences and me reading that post that I saw earlier in the week, I just wanted to say to everybody or anybody, whoever's listening on this live and in the replay, that no matter what else anybody else tells you as far as your journey or whatever they're doing on their journey, I put it that way, information or advice they're giving, or just comments that they're saying, I guess, on your post, or adding you into posts and that's saying, talking about these certain things or whichever the case may be. But I just want everybody just to kind of realize and understand that you can respect everybody. Of course, there is mutual respect for everybody. For me, it is. As far as me just respecting everybody, their path, their journey, whether they're on a religious journey, they're Catholic, they're Islamic, or whatever their religion is, or if they're going the spiritual route and they're believing in the universe and the God, whichever the case may be, or they don't believe in anything, because I've been there as well. So, like I said, I respect everybody on their journeys and that kind of thing, but it got to a point where like I said, there was a lot of information being given at a lot of last year. I guess I can say that to me. I can't say if it's for anybody else, but I can just speak about my journey and what I've been through and what I've noticed and kind of what, I know people use the word resonated, but just kind of what did not feel true to me. And that's why I named this video that. I'm sorry, it's just sleeping really hard, but knowing I guess I forgot what I named this video, but whatever it is, just making sure that you're being true to yourself. Like I said, I got a lot of information about spirituality, about the universe, about God, about different ways you can go with things. I guess I'd say that as far as your path and as far as your life, I guess I'd say that as well. But like I said before, as far as you going through all these things and me included, I would say just word to the wise as far as you, like I said, you going down this journey and you doing whatever you want to do. If something does not sound right to you or does not fit well with you or does not sit well in your spirit, I would say you don't have to listen to those things. Just because somebody's out here posting stuff about, I don't know, 1,000 chakras that we have, which I think we have more than that actually, but, or what they say or that kind of thing, but, or about, like I said, the star seeds and all these light, whatever it's called. I forgot what it's called, but whatever the case may be, whatever somebody else is talking about on this path to spirituality, like I said, you don't have to listen to all those things if you don't want to, especially if it does not sit well with you. And me reading that post, I realized that, well, I mean, I've been realized that, I guess I say that, but it just, a light bulb came on. As far as me trying to figure out what is my truth and what I'm going to follow and what I'm going to, I guess, bring out of me, I guess I put it that way, I guess to show the world. But like I said, as far as all this information, whether it's from gurus or whether it's from top dollar coaches or whether it's from friends that you know that I don't know that's been on this path for years or decades or whatever the case may be, or friends that you know who've been Catholic for years or whichever the case may be. Like I said, whatever you want to do with your life and your journey is you have to live your own truth. I understand that people sometimes give advice and that kind of thing, or some things you should follow and things that you should look at, and I see that you are this kind of person or that kind of person or whichever the case may be. If those things don't sit right with you, you don't have to believe those things. And actually the post that I saw earlier this week, it was also talking about you knowing yourself. You have to know yourself in order to say yes to anything, I guess, yes or no to anything. If you don't know yourself well, you don't know what you like, don't know what you are capable of, don't know what you believe in, don't know what you, I guess, what your truth is. Anybody, of course, I'm sure, will take advantage of you not knowing those things, or will put you into a box just saying that you're Tonetta, you're going to be the social worker, you're always going to be this, you're always going to be an angry person, or you're always going to be a happy person, that kind of thing. And like Sandy just said, we are the guru for ourselves, in which we are. No matter what anybody tells us about our journey, or we see posted on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, anywhere on social media, any articles that you may read, you can always take bits and pieces. I'm not saying don't take bits and pieces. And that's dealing with business as well. If you take bits and pieces and make it your own, that's fine. But sometimes we get so much information and get overloaded with so many things that we sometimes lose ourselves within certain journeys, I guess I put it that way. And that's where where am I going to say that's where I got to, but like I said, that's just the light bulb that went off in my head as far as what I want to bring you all this morning. Because I know that I'm not the only one who've been on this journey and who have, of course, gotten a lot of information thrown at them, or from whoever it is, whether it's a top dollar coach or the person that you're friends with on Facebook, or whether it's somebody in your family telling you that it's crazy and you shouldn't be doing these things, that kind of thing. You can get information from anywhere, and people telling you anything from anywhere. But like Sandy said, if you're not the guru of your own life, then you will be ran over. You will be taken advantage of by others. And like I said, that's one thing the article was, I guess the post was talking about as well. Just making sure that you're living your own truth and making sure that you know yourself. Because if you don't know, I forgot how the entire quote went, but I'll find it today and I'll post it for you all. But I think it was by Aristotle. Something about knowing thyself is the best medicine, or something along those lines. But like I said, I will find that today and I'll post it for you all. But no matter what you're doing, whether it's this personal development journey, or you're starting a business, or you're trying to get into a new career, you're starting a relationship, you're wanting to have kids, whatever the case may be, wanting to join a new church or a synagogue or temple, whatever it is, or wanting to go on the spiritual route, like I said, you have to know who you are first. To do not saying that you cannot do those things without knowing who you are, but 9 times out of 10, you'll be following whatever anybody has told you. Whatever anybody puts into your spirit, you'll just follow that and not question anything. And then years later, I'm sure, hopefully at some point, you'll realize that wasn't your truth, and then you'll be mad at those people, I guess, at that time. But you can only be mad at yourself, because that's the point that I had got to in my journey, actually, I guess, several years ago. Listening to what everybody else was saying and people telling me this or that, and I'm like, oh, okay, I am a researcher, I can tell you that, yes. But sometimes we tend to follow what other people around us are doing instead of doing it for ourselves. Whether that's mainly with our family. I can't say with the friends. I don't know what kind of relationship you all have with your friends. But as far as with the family, of course, the job that we may be at, a partner that you may be dating, that kind of thing, sometimes we tend to take on all their characteristics and not our own. and live their truth and whatever they're saying and whatever they don't like and whatever they like and those kind of things, instead of living what we like and what we want to see and what we want to do. Most of the time we do that. I can speak for myself. I can't say it for everybody else, but most of the time we do those kind of things. It's out of fear of rejection from those people, or fear that those people will no longer love us or and include us in that circle. Everybody wants to be accepted at some point and in some kind of way. I guess I can say that. Whether, like I said, is your friend circle, your family circle, your employee, I guess you like your job circle or your business circle or whichever it may be. But just realizing, I guess the journey I've been on, I guess for these last 42 years, realizing that at some point you have to start living who you are and living your truth. I know a lot of people, I can't say a lot because I don't know what the percentages are. I really don't know, but I know I ran into many people, I put it that way, who I've spoken to in depth about this actually. They came to me telling me that they're unhappy with this or that in their life and they're scared to change it for this and that reason. They're so used to their partner and they don't see themselves having sex with anybody else, or they've been at their job for more than 10 years and they have great benefits and they're scared to go somewhere else so they have to start all back over, or they're in their family and their family doesn't really care for what they're doing, say if they're gay or whatever the case may be. They just came out and my family doesn't like me, or whichever the case may be as well. And they're scared to fully come out or fully say something to their family or stir up some mess, I guess I put it that way, which is not really mess, but it's just the truth. But like I said, sometimes we do get in that mode and get scared to step outside of our own comfort zone. And like I said, that's something that we all, at some point, I hope that we learn. If not, you can hire a coach or hire a therapist or whoever you can, or just talk to your best friend to try to get over some of those hurdles and what you're afraid of and that kind of thing. Because I can tell you, as far as living life, you are going to have a lot of times that I can't speak for everybody else, but a lot of times that I have stepped outside of my comfort zone, knowing damn well I had no idea what was going to happen. I didn't know how things were going to turn out, but they actually turned out fine. I can give you one example. When I went to college, actually, I'm from lived in an inner city neighborhood all my life, mostly surrounded by black people who were, like what is it called? I guess like low income, that kind of thing, and had kids, had families. There was drug abuse going on, domestic violence, my own household as well. A lot of things going on. I guess I put it that way in the neighborhood. So I, of course, graduated from high school, went on to college. Wanted to apply for college. I did apply for college. I did go to college. I did graduate. But that was definitely a big step for me. The college I went to St. Louis University, and it's here in St. Louis. It's like in our Midtown area. And going to that college, of course, there wasn't many people that looked like me. I put it that way. There was a lot of people from mixed, different backgrounds, and African and Asian and from all these other countries and all these other states, I put it that way. A lot of them were more affluent. Majority of the kids had cars and came from places they had like mansions, big houses, and they had money, I guess I put it that way. And like I said, me going into that environment, of course, I had to learn some things different and how to say things and how to interact with those kind of people, I guess I put it that way, because I never have. And like I said, that taught me a big lesson, and I still carry those lessons with me today. But like I said, sometimes we have to learn how to step outside of our own comfort zone. I think back, if I would have never actually went to college and went to that school, because we have other schools here too. If I would have never even went to that school and had those experiences, how would I would have turned out? I probably wouldn't have had that much interaction with people of different races, different financial classes, and that kind of thing as well, and see how they lived and who they associated with, all those things. So I think back to some of, I guess, to that main experience, because that really shaped my life. And like I said, a lot of us, we're scared to step outside of our own comfort zone. Yes, I was called Uncle Tom from family and friends for going to school. I guess going to like that mostly all white school, I guess you can say, or a more affluent school. To me, it was more than just white people there. But that's what everybody said, as far as it's just a bunch of rich white people and all these kind of things. But there was all kind of races of people there. Like I said, African, South American, Puerto Rican, because a lot of them became my very close friends, actually. I guess back then, I don't know where they are now, but like I said, back then we always ate together, shared our experiences together, and we all understood each other. I mean, we all came from very different backgrounds, but we all understood each other. And like I said, I kind of think back to if I wouldn't have never had that experience, how my life would have turned out. And that wasn't the only experience I had, of course. I mean, I've had many experiences, but like I said, that was just something that I thought about as well recently, as far as if I wouldn't have taken those steps, where would my life be? And like I said, when those people come to me and ask me about of course, how did I learn to speak my truth and to tell my story and to tell about the abuse that happened in the past and talk about my upbringing and stuff like that. I mean, it's not hard to do. You just have to realize that if you want to be happy, whether it's in your own life as far as doing your inner work, you want to get all this stuff off your chest about the way you felt and the things that you've been through and has been hurting you in the past, or if you're wanting to switch another job, and whether you've been there for years or whatever the case may be, or if you love your partner but you're no longer in love with that person and you want to leave that person, and just sitting there just settling, which I've done that. I'm no longer doing that anymore, but I have, of course, done that. Some of you may not know, but last month, what is this, April? I guess March. I'm sorry, March. The first weekend in March, actually, my partner of 8 years, we actually separated because I know at some point I fell out of love with him as well. I mean, there was no point in me settling any longer. I mean, there was nothing else there. I mean, yes, I love him. I love everybody. So, I mean, I love him as a person. But as far as relationship, like I said, I had to learn how to let that go. I put it that way. And I'm still in the process of doing that. And the job, I mean, I left my job in the past. I was at the job for 10 years as well. I thought the same thing. I mean, I had benefits. I'm making this amount. I'm doing this. I'm going to have to start over. But let me tell you, as far as starting over in your life, you're going to have to do that a lot, especially if you're looking to make some big changes in your life. Some are not looking to make changes in their life, and they rather just live the way they've been living, which is fine. That's up to them. And they can remain in those situations. That's nothing I can, I guess, do about that. But for those who are looking to, of course, change their lives and create some kind of change and shake up their life a little bit, you will have to take those steps. You will have to piss some people off. You will have to deal with you possibly being alone for a minute until you get your circle back, I guess, like your circle of friends and that kind of thing back. Yes, those things are going to happen. Yes, you will have to start over. I mean, I'm having to start over. That's not a problem. I've started over before. I mean, it's not a problem at all. I mean, which I know is kind of, I'm here by myself now because I had somebody else here with me. I've known her all her life as well, and we had to part ways about a week or 2 weeks ago, actually, because I didn't see anything really coming out of that situation. I guess I can say that as far as positivity or codependency and those kind of things. Like I said, I did have to realize that and push that person on their way as well. And like I said, even though some people view those as losses, and I have as well, but I know that there's good things in the future to come. I guess I'd say that. And I've seen a lot of those things happen recently as far as things I've talked about and seeing it come to fruition, those kind of things as well. But like I said, if we want to make some big changes in our life and we see our life not going down the right path that we would like to see it going down, or we're not happy, or I guess very unhappy, depressed, and those kind of things as well, we just feel like we're settling for that person or for that job. Like I said, sometimes you have to shake things up in your life if you want to see that change. And I have never seen anybody that has not created any change to have a better life afterwards, whether that's dealing with, like I said, a job or a person or a thing. I guess I put it that way as well. Some people are hooked on drugs and different things like that. So like I said, once you have made those changes in your life and you have began to start over again, like I said, there's always life after that. It's not that your life has to stop, or that you can no longer find love in your life, or that you can no longer find another friend group or soul family, whatever you want to call it, in your life. It's not that you cannot find another job or create your own business that's making more than what you're making before, giving you any time free that you have, that kind of thing. You can always recreate those things. But in me talking about recreation, actually, because I know I was last year talking about relocating and that kind of thing. And with all this stuff going on this year, I'm going to have to wait for that, actually. So it will not be this year that I'm looking at, I'm thinking, but it will be next year. I can say that because I've had so much change and so many things going on. And I already have to move my location here anyway from this apartment that I'm in. Because the manager there, of course, what is it called? Remodeling and that kind of thing. So I'm having to move from here anyway, but I don't think I'll be able to relocate like I thought I was going to be, which is fine. Because sometimes we have things that knock us off our course, but of course I'm getting right back on that course. I'm starting back to save again, that kind of thing, as well as far as the relocation. So I know that will definitely be happening because, like I said, starting over, I know I do have to start that part over. I'm going to start over a new apartment here soon, I guess like the next few months or whatever the case may be, but as far as me actually starting over, that will be. I can definitely tell you that. I'm just not sure where it's going to be yet, that kind of thing, what state I'm going to, but that will happen because I need a new start. Some people don't take it that far as actually uprooting and moving the city, state, that kind of thing. But I know in my life I have to. And that's one thing that I'm going to do. And I'll, of course, as I go along on that journey as well, I will, of course, be documenting that as well, just in case somebody else is looking to relocate, don't know how, don't know the steps to take, and don't know where to go. I guess I put it that way. I can't tell you where to go, but I can just give you some pointers as far as researching. But with all that being said, like I said, there's no reason that anybody can't start over. Like I said, there's always life after starting over. Like, your life just doesn't end because you left a job, because you left your mate, because you stop talking to certain people, friends that you've had for years, that kind of thing. There's always life after starting over. There's always life after quitting that relationship, that job. There's nothing that says that your life has to stop unless that's what you choose to do. Like I said, that's your choice, and would be your choice at that point. I guess I'd say that. But I know in my case, that's not my choice. I mean, I'm going to continue, of course, pushing forward and whatever I need to do as far as me living my truth and knowing who I am before I, of course, continue moving forward. I do know almost 99% of who I am. I guess I put it that way, but there's a few more things that I'm, of course, working on, that kind of thing as well, and just getting more back to me now since I'm here in this apartment, I guess, by myself now. Now, well, I guess with my cat, Sylvie, she's here too. She's so cute, but she's in the other room. But like I said, as far as me getting back to who Tonetta is and finding out what I stand for, what I'm looking to have in my life, what I'm looking to create in my life. And like I said from the beginning of this video, that the post that I saw last week about you knowing who you are and you living your truth instead of someone else's, this entire video speaks to that. Like I said, you can if you want to, because some people do not know themselves well and will be taken advantage of and told what to do, where to go, and they believe anything that anybody's telling them. I've never been that person. Yes, I will listen to what you're telling me, but it does not mean that I'm going to actually take that advice and run with it and create that in my life at all. I mean, I respect what you're telling me, and if I don't feel that I need it, I just won't use it. It's how that usually goes. It's not that I don't respect your opinions or whoever's opinions or their comments or anything else, but it's just that I know myself a lot better than that, and I know who I am. I know what I stand for, and if something just does not resonate with me at all or does not sit well in my spirit, I just won't take that information. Yes, I'll listen and I'll hear what you have to say because I respect everybody. But like I said, I've gotten to a point where I have to realize that what's good for somebody else is not good for me. I guess I can say that. And I just want to, ending this video, I just want to make sure that you all realize that as far as your journey, whether that's dealing with this spiritual journey or religious journey or a career or business journey or dealing with the relationship journey, no matter what anybody tells you or what anybody tries to enforce up on you, as long as you know yourself and you know your truth, you'll be okay. But like I said, hopefully you can, whoever is listening to the video, whoever's listening to the replay, hopefully you all would take something from this video, I guess I would say, even if it's just something small, I guess in order to implement into your life and to, I guess, just think about things. And maybe that same light bulb that went off in my head last week went off in yours doing this video. But I just want to thank you all this morning again for tuning in. Caitlin, Sandy, Mark, Ajon, and Cheryl, Christina. I want to thank you all for tuning in this morning. And like I said, I will go back and look at the comments, of course, and reply to your comments and that kind of thing as well. And I just hope that this resonated with at least one person this morning, whoever is watching live or watching in the replay. And definitely feel free to share my video. I do not mind with whatever group you want to share with. That's fine as well. So with that, I want to go ahead and let everybody know to have a great Sunday. I love you all. And I'm going to get myself to cleaning up this morning, actually. So love you all. Have a great day. And I'll talk to you all in my next video.